Olá pessoal, olá pessoal, vamos lá agora. Ok, Rafa, finalmente temos o Ronald Romm aí. Vamos ver. Aqui está o Ronald Romm.
I invited you. Yes. Yeah.
Sorry,
Wow.
I'm so slow, man.
No,
This is
my fault. It's my
this
fault.
is great.
Let
Not at
people
all.
know.
That's
So,
good.
Rom, let me just explain to everybody. Sorry about that. I had a little issue here at home, so it is delayed. It's my fault, not Rom. So we were just trying to connect ourselves now. So that's it. Um, Ronald, what an honor to have you here. Finally, relaxed now. You are one of my biggest idols since I am a kid, and I'm sure for most of these guys that are watching the Canadian brass, you are the face of the Canadian brass that everyone knows. We had the new generation here. We had Chris Coletti with us, um, but you are the first one that I always heard, and I have all the albums. Do you want to tell us how you did start, why you did start, and who influenced you to do it?
Okay, so when I was in New York in school, I was friends with Fred Mills,
Why?
and Fred Mills one day called me up and said, "There's a group of guys, my friends in Canada, that are starting a brass quintet. Would you like to audition with them for them?" And so I auditioned for them, and they auditioned me, and I auditioned them.
Awesome.
So
Okay. All
that
right.
was the beginning.
Which ye-
So you,
which year was that?
that was in 1970, 71.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Good music on that time already.
Oh
Really good
yeah.
music. Okay. So, and how you did start on the music itself? Like playing, did you start straight on trumpet, cornet, or how did that happen for you?
I began on piano when I was 7 years old, but my
Right.
piano skills were very weak,
Yes.
and I became a trumpet player at 9 years old, and never played cornet until I was in my 20s.
All
I
right.
played trumpet first, and then
Okay.
I learned cornet in my 20s.
All right. Same as me. Okay. Did you have any musicians on the family? Anyone that influenced you?
Yes, my father and my mother were musicians. My mother
Okay.
was a clarinetist, and
All
my
right.
father a percussionist, a drummer. He was a swing drummer from the swing era.
Wow. What? Well, now I was about to ask where was coming that swing feeling that you had on the Canadian. Now I know. All right.
That
So
came
you
from
grown up listening to it. One of the first solos I remember from you, and I think maybe most of the people, was the Amazing Grace on the
on
cornet.
on the cornet. Yeah.
You are on that whole really beautiful. Did that the kind of arrangements you used to play on the Canadian brass, they were written for you?
Yes. Yeah. Those were written for me. Yeah. Yeah.
All
That
right.
that that group of tunes. Luther Henderson did the arrangement for Amazing Grace,
Okay.
and that arrangement is available. That people can purchase that. Yeah. That's
Yes.
that's very yeah.
Exactly.
Uh,
And you have your own mouthpieces as well, as I know.
yes. Also, Terry Warburton has designed with me my
Yes.
own mount. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. For cornet, both cornet and trumpet, or just the trumpet?
Yes,
Both.
for cornet, but yeah.
For
Yeah.
cornet. All right. Okay. Okay. I didn't know the brand. I will check for it. I've
Yeah.
tried one of your mouthpieces. Or
Yes.
and then I've tried a Canadian brass model from a brand, but was not just yours, and it was not the same. I found yours more for what you do, for the style you wanted to sound.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the Canadian brass, the original Canadian brass design with the big long. I don't think I
Yes,
have it here.
yes,
Yeah, with the deep outside cup.
yes,
That was also made by Terry Warburton.
yes, yes. But it's
Yes,
a different piece, isn't it?
but yes, but that was many years ago.
Yes.
Terry actually built those for us.
Okay, okay, really good. All right. One. curiosity that I always had, and I never had how to ask this, and I wanted to save this question for you. Why, I, I suppose why, but why all the Canadians play with gold instruments?
Gold. Well, I started with gold very early because I have very high acid in my hands, and it used to eat
Okay.
away. This was for me. It was a mechanical challenge.
All right.
But I found that, and Ronald Chilkey, the old man, Ronald Chilkey, introduced me to gold plating because the science tells us and teaches us that gold does not react to the acidity. It
Yes.
is impervious. So a gold-plated instrument can the finish can last for many, many years with no
Yes.
problem. And the others, the silver and the silver will turn black and then come off
Yes.
with the acidity, and the lacquer the same thing. The acid works into the lacquer and it takes it away. But the gold, I have gold instruments from many years ago, and they're still beautiful. And
Yes.
so yes, and then I also found out that the sound was better.
Okay. That's why I wanted to ask. I have one. I never had one. I have the Chargel now, the James Morrison in gold, and
Nice.
I found the sound sweeter. The
Yeah.
resonance is a bit better than the other instruments, I think, as well, but is sweeter too. It can be bright, but it can be sweet at the same time, which is
Yeah.
what I
And
wanted.
to me, you're talking about what I call the after ring, or the ring off of the sound.
Yes. Okay.
The quickness of that response is because, in my opinion, it's because plating becomes the metal.
Yes.
When
Okay.
they lacquer an instrument, it's like painting it,
Yes.
and the resonance is not the same. So when you have a gold-plated instrument, it has the silver first, maybe some copper, and then the silver plating, and then the gold plating
The
on
gold.
top, which is very thin, but it's still part of the metal. And so
Yes.
the instrument is resonating all by itself as the instrument, the metal
Yes.
of the instrument. Yes.
All right. Okay. Good to know, because you were one of the first I saw, and I remember always seeing that gold instrument on your group, and I was always wondering why. And we, as a kids, we think, hey, that's beautiful. We want one because it's beautiful. But when you
Yeah.
try one, it's not about the aspect. Well,
Yeah.
it's totally different. It's much better. I found it as well.
I feel that as well, but some people don't like gold.
Yes,
So
I know.
So that's the beauty of having different finishes. Some people are very happy with a lacquered instrument. Some people are very happy with nothing on it, just
Yes.
naked or raw. This is also okay if your system can tolerate it. For me, this is not a good thing. For me, if
Yes.
I get with the raw brass, I taste it. It tastes terrible in my
Yes.
mouth. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yes. I had an experience. It's like if you had sand, the metal, and you are breathing it there through your mouth when you are playing it. But yeah, I know that feeling. I had the same problem. So we are similar.
Terrible. Yeah. Yeah.
Ronald,
So
we have great players. Tell me.
go ahead.
Tell me. Sorry. Tell me.
Also for the mouthpiece, I also use gold-plated mouthpiece
Yes.
because it feels very smooth.
Yes.
You have to get used to gold-plated mouthpiece because it's very slippery. Go you don't
Yes.
know. So gold-plated mouthpiece, once you get used to it, it's very pleasant. It's very soft on the face, which is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We have great players here. Well, we have Adriano Franco, João Vilão, who won the IGT in America. We have Matilda Lloyd, the soloist from Britain. So you have great players like you, the new generation, who you inspired for sure. And I want to ask you now a bit of technical stuff, because people want to know why the good ones are good. So what do you do as a daily routine to keep yourself in shape, to play as you play, mainly your sound as well?
Well, for me, I was a student of Jimmy Stamp for 2.5 years.
Right.
Okay, and so everybody has a Jimmy Stamp book.
Yes.
But so the book focuses on the common things that we all, that many of us did. He was very much an individual diagnostic person. He helped us to find our easiest way to play.
Okay. Cool.
And he was very good at that. And what he taught me to do was to use the mouthpiece as the tone generator.
All right.
So, and when we use the mouthpiece for the tone generator, we listen in a different way, because we're listening for, instead of making noise on the mouthpiece, we're making tone.
Okay.
So when I start my day, after I go for a walk in the morning. Every morning I go for a walk, okay? And that gets my lungs open and gets my brain free, no more difficult thoughts. I tell myself, with every step I feel better and better. With every step I feel better and better. And when I get back from my walk, I feel better and better.
Good.
So this is good. And then I start my day with some breathing. Sometimes I use a breathing machine or a bag. I have an interesting breathing machine. Just let me show you.
Yes, please.
Yeah. This one is from, let's see. This one has a different size holes.
Yes.
Yes, different size holes, and we can plug the holes, and we can see from the meter how much we're generating and whether we're steady with our air or not.
All right.
So
The pressure.
Yes, and it's an interesting thing to do, and so you can find this at Wind and Song. That's Brian. I can't remember Brian's last name, but it's windandsong.com. Okay.
All right.
Or Windsong Press. If you look up that, you'll find these, and that's good. And sometimes just a plain bread bag,
Yes. Yeah. I had the bag for a while. Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
And this is all very good. And so after that, then I buzz my mouthpiece. I do, basically, I do Jimmy Stamp stuff that I've done for 50 years,
All right.
and doing all the scalar stuff, getting used to the air moving and the glissando of the smooth slur. It's very important to glissando. Yeah, the glissando is very important. And then after I've done that for a few minutes, I can do either. And if I need more, I will do more. And as you get older, you need more of almost everything.
Yes. That's normal.
This is a fun marvel,
I wish to get there and keep playing like you. I wish.
So and then I will do similar things on the trumpet.
All right.
And we'll do some note bends, so I'll do on the trumpet. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, just do it like that. No worries.
So I'll do some note bends. Etc. All the way down the scale, all the way to the pedal notes, and then back up. So we have all of these things. Yep. So I do that stuff, and then I decide whether or not I can play etudes, or if I have to go just play some simple songs before I play etudes. In our band there are 150 beautiful melodies. Yes. And these are ignored. Most people ignore that whole section.
Yes.
Not me. not me. Melodies are the answer. Phrasing and
Yes.
breathing and allowing us to make allow the music to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because so many of us are so obsessed with faster, higher, louder
Yes.
that we forget that the most important thing that people want to hear are melodies. People are impressed with faster, louder, higher for a very short time.
Yes.
But people are impressed with beautiful melodies for hours and hours and hours. And so, so
Exactly.
these are the things that we need to focus on, making melodies. And then when I have a partner, for example, my son Aaron is a wonderful trumpet player, and he and
Yes.
we play duets together.
Yes.
And yeah, we're building a course that'll be available pretty soon for everybody to do, you know, especially for comeback players that can buy the course and do the things that we do. And they have some duets too, and some simple songs, and some just basic fundamentals, and so that'll be available soon too as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's keep in touch about that to know when it comes, and we will share it. So
Sure.
I know your group with your son and your wife,
Yes.
the Rom Trio. So yes,
Ron,
you have been in Brazil at the Jazz Trumpet Festival as well. So it
yes.
was awesome. Was the first time I've seen you together playing, and I loved it. You wanna tell us a bit about that? What do you do? Which kind of music do you play, and why do you choose that?
Okay. Well, the Rom Trio plays. We only play music we love. That's the first rule.
Exactly.
So we choose music that is interesting to us. Yeah, and it tends to be more melodic.
Yes.
More
Yes.
melodic, and we don't do too much adventuresome jazz or adventuresome contemporary music, but we do some
Yes.
to be a little different. But our show is family oriented, and so we want to have people love music,
Yeah.
and so they can hear that it's possible with two trumpets and piano to do repertoire. We make our own arrangements, and we have
Okay.
some pieces that we have composers and arrangers write for us.
All
And
right.
for example, Chaz Reskin, you know this name, Chaz
Yeah.
Reskin.
Yes.
He wrote a piece called Showdown at the Hoedown.
All right.
And he wrote that for us to play. So that's one of the pieces we play in concert as well. And that's a fun piece, very pretty. And he also wrote we played the lyrical one for in Brazil that he wrote, a love
Yes.
song for a girlfriend. So this was a very pretty
All
one
right.
too. And then of course we play pieces like the toccata and fugue. So
Yes.
the big toccata and fugue. How did you like that one? Did
I
you
love
like
it.
that one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. I do.
this was very popular, and it's always a great idea to play this music because it shows us that we can be beyond trumpet players. We must be musicians first
Yes.
and then trumpet players.
Yes. Well, you will always be remembered anyway, as you talk a lot about something that sometimes some players play really beautifully, but they don't talk about that because maybe they think is natural. But you think maybe because I'm a big fan of yours since I was a kid. That's it. And the Canadian, I have a big reference on that. And even with my teacher at the university, I'm always looking to sound as love, to sound beautiful. That's the most important thing, and you will always be known as one of that players that, I don't know, is special. Is what you were saying. You don't play loud, you don't play fast. Well, of course you know how to, but it is not what is your brand. If we talk about you,
Yeah.
everyone will think straight away about feeling, about love when you play. And that's amazing, and I think we are losing that. And in the new generation, your son is actually another one, and that's on the blood. We used to say that in Portugal, is on the blood for sure. I hope to interview your son as well. soon, because he's a brilliant trumpet player as well. Um, and
Yeah,
which
great.
projects do you have now, Rom?
I like him now. So, what was the question again? The last of this you just had?
Which projects do you have now, for example, to record with the trio, to play solo with some orchestra? Do you have something to the future?
We're working on some special projects for broadcast on the internet, because we're all locked in with the COVID virus, you
Yes,
know, and
exactly.
so we're spending most of our time all together here. Aaron also lives with his wife in this house with us.
All right,
Son Aaron is
great.
also, and so this is a very good thing. His wife is Sun Young Shin. She's a beautiful violinist, and she's a beautiful person,
Wow.
and beautiful. Yeah, she's a beautiful woman and a beautiful person, and a wonderful, beautiful musician and violinist. So we're also
Good.
working on projects for that as well.
All right.
And
Okay.
so just, you know, more and more, more of what you already see us doing. Working on new repertoire, nothing that isn't melodically based.
Yes. Yes.
Melody is very important to all of us, and
Yes.
I think that's what one of the messages I want for the younger generation to know, that they need very much to be involved in melody, and to connect the phrases one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, because without phrasing we have only sounds, and sounds are
Yes.
nice, but it's not enough.
No,
It's
no,
got
no.
has to be connected, and how do
Yes.
we connect? We connect with phrasing. Yeah.
That's really inspiring to listen, and it's really hard to get as well, to get to the level of doing it as you do, and some other few players in the history done like you. But it's something that I keep seeking for it, and for me it's so good to know that that's your opinion, because it's what I'm seeking all my life. And I see some guys nowadays saying, no, 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 we need to do a lot of solos with fast notes, and that sounds just like a lot of notes. That's it. You know
Well,
what
it
I
has,
mean?
and it's fun to play loud and high. I'm a meathead too. I'm a trumpet player. I love to play loud and high.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
but
Everyone does.
more importantly, what connects us with our soul and our heart, and the audience's soul and the audience's heart, is melodic, stylistically interesting, beautiful playing. If we
Yes.
phrase, then we tend to accomplish that objective more easily.
All right.
That's
All right.
you know, and
That's
then and
so.
then comes from what we listen to. If we listen to beautiful music, we want to play beautiful music.
Yes. Yes. That's why I
Yeah.
listen to you. That's it.
Thank you
So
very much.
no, that's awesome. I really enjoy, and everyone here enjoys as much as I do, and they would pay to be here where I am speaking with you too. And I know they can contact you. So now let's go to the next question. Where these people here can contact you, for example, to have a lesson, is that possible or not?
Yes, that is possible. And
Okay.
email is ronromm, RONROMM, at yahoo.com.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I will put
And
it
then
here.
what we, yes, RONROMM,
Yahoo.
yahoo.com.
Okay, that's it. There is the email
And
on the comment.
right, that's it, ronromm at yahoo.com.
That's it.
And I will answer my emails. I don't have a secretary, so be patient.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes it takes a, you know, and the important thing is that we will arrange to have I work Zoom easily. I have that now, and I have I've been, because I teach at the University of Illinois, so I
Yes.
arranged to have just got a brand new a brand new monitor.
Oh yes,
Yeah, so
that's where you
yeah,
were. That's where you were before, speaking with
yeah,
me. Yeah, it looks
right,
really nice. The panorama there as well. So
right. Yeah, so it's a little easier for me to see, and then
yes,
I can see what's going on a little bit. So anyway, we can do, and we can do Zoom, or we can do you know, even we can even do Instagram. It's more a little bit more difficult on the phone, but we can
yes,
do, yeah.
yes.
And we can do, I can do Skype as well. And
Okay,
I'm waiting for the algorithms to improve. The sound on those is not very good yet,
is not
but
Zoom.
there,
Zoom is more or less, but
yeah, more less than more still, but it's getting better.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
we'll never be the same than being face to face with the teacher. And I'm teaching online as well, and it's a mess. Because
yeah, yeah.
sometimes you think the kid is sounding really bad, and he's not.
No, but
Is the
so
is the sound.
so so I always ask my students, uh, was that the most beautiful sound you could produce?
Yes, exactly. That's
And they always answer me. They always answer me, well, I'm not sure.
exactly.
So it means that if we condition our ears, we are the teachers. We are our own teachers. I'm
Yes,
just a coach. You're just a coach. When you're teaching, we're just coaching. The
exactly.
students are the. So remember
All right.
this, people, that you want to, when you want to create the most beautiful things for the audience to play, listen for it yourself. I encourage everybody to record yourself on a good recording venue. Okay, make a
Yes.
nice, figure out a nice way to do it, and play it back. And first thing to do, listen to what you liked. Listen to what
Yes.
sounded good. So you have a baseline. So you have an idea of the beginning of where you want to go. Then listen for the things that you want to do better.
Yes. All right. That's awesome. Well, do you have? I know you teach for a long time, not just now, but you teach at the university as you said before. Did you teach any musician that people knows now that became a great musician? Because a guy like you
Yeah.
always does. So who?
So so if you are acquainted with, well, one of my better students is Neil Baum. Neil Baum
Yes.
is the principal trumpet in the New York City Ballet,
Yes.
and he is one of the better players in New York City. And he was my student when he was 16 and 17 years old.
All right. Good. Okay.
He's
Spot on. All right.
And if you look on Dave Bilger from the Philadelphia Orchestra, if you look on his website, he came to do special studies with us in the Banff School of Fine Arts many years ago, and he mentioned me as one of his inspirations. So
All right.
Dave Bilger, who is a wonderful, I'm a fan of. He's the principal trumpet in the Philadelphia Orchestra as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, inspiration you
and I've
you
had.
are.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
You are. All right. Ronald, just
Yes.
I will just make two more questions to you because you took a lot of your time today to be with me and we got it late. So one of them is where can people, because people always want this and I think they should now, because sometimes I wanted a signed CD from Louis Armstrong, which was my biggest idol ever, and unfortunately I cannot have it. So we can have from you for sure. Where can we buy a CD from you, a picture from you signed, if someone wants to contact you through the email as well, or not?
I think so, but it's more difficult because mail is mail is mail is mail. That may have to wait until we have a vaccine.
Yes. All right.
When we have a vaccine, I promise you that we will be out as soon as we can, touring, meeting everybody, shaking hands when we can,
Yes.
signing autographs, making CDs. We're working on new projects all the time, and I promise everybody that as soon as we have a vaccine, we will execute the next stage of our live career.
All right. Okay. That's really good and is really important, and at least people knows. So now I think you said everything about you and really important things, but the message to the new generation, mainly for the Portuguese people here, I will ask because this channel was created because there's no much opportunities in Portugal for people to connect with the big ones like you. Unfortunately, we are starting it now, and we have a lot of students, Portuguese great students, studying outside the country, and they have the opportunity, but not there. So, what could you tell them? How to become someone like you, how to believe or not believe in a musical career now, and we know the generation is different. So
yeah, I think the most important thing, if I were going to say one thing, I would say something that nobody expects. This is it. This is that thing. Do something in music, create a group that is different, not pretty much everything that is in a brass quintet has already been done. That doesn't mean that it can't be done better, and that doesn't mean that it can't be done differently, but once you've done the quintet, do something different.
all right.
Some other unique ensemble, a trio, a quartet, a sextet, with some voices, with some woodwinds, with some strings. Do something different, and then you will have a more interesting approach. And I think that's what the audience needs next.
Okay, so be original. That's why you are trying. Yes, all right. That's really important. Exactly, and it's so hard to copy when some kind of things were already done so well. For example, I always say to make a brass quintet and being on the level of the Canadian, we have another brass bands in the world, in Germany as well. But or for example, doing classical as Maurice Andre, all that guys.
Sure.
Why do the same kind of thing that we have a level here already, and we will put ourselves in risk instead of doing something different as you do with your trio, for example? That's why I love and I asked.
Well, the idea is so that we do the things that have already been done so that we can learn how.
Yes.
And then we amplify that to our own desires, our own imagination. And we must allow our imagination to guide us as well. And we all have more imagination than we think we have. This is important, everybody. We have much more imagination than we think we have. From the time we are little children till the time we grow up, people are trying to tell us, don't do this and don't do that, and no, and no, and no. Yes, the answer is yes. Yes, 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 and try something more. And that's the next step. So be not afraid. Even if we do not learn anything from succeeding. We must fail to learn.
Exactly.
So all we need to do is watch the little children when they're learning to walk and they fall down. They look around. They usually don't cry. They usually just get up, look around,
That's
do it
it.
again. Do it again, do it again. And we must use that as our example to imagine the steps and make it better and better and better and better, so it's enjoyable for people to hear.
All right, that's really, really good to hear and inspiring. Ronald, the last thing I will ask, and everyone is waiting for this for sure, can you put your phone quiet and play something really simple? I don't care what you're gonna play, something beautiful just to be recorded here for us. A few seconds, doesn't matter, but...
Well, would you like it on the trumpet or on the cornet?
You are the man. I just want to listen, and this is a honor to be here listening, and for everyone else. So,
All right. How about, let's see. Everybody knows Fantasy Brillante
yes,
right?
Arvan.
And everybody knows the opening of this. Ooh, let's see if I can you hear me still?
That's it. Yes, perfect.
Okay, all right. I knocked the speaker out. Okay.
That's it.
I'm
Perfect.
going to play it on cornet. Okay? Something
All
different.
right. Okay. Okay.
I didn't oil it today. Maybe the valves will stick. We'll see. Okay. All right. So,
All right.
All right. So a little of the introduction to the Fantasy Brillante.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What a special moment
Thank you.
for
Thank you
all of
very
us.
much.
Thank
I don't
you,
know. Could you hear
Ronald.
it clearly? Was it okay?
Yes,
Were you able?
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
All
I
right.
will repost this interview on Facebook and YouTube so it will be permanently there so you can watch it again to see how you did as well and if you liked it or not and share it. Ronald, thank you so much. I will be in contact with you for
Thank you.
lessons and to buy your, I will repeat that. Ronald is going to have with his son an online course where you can all learn from him and his son, right? That's the
Yeah.
thing. All right.
Yeah.
So be connected. He will launch it, and it's a great opportunity to learn from Rome, which is an honor for any of us. So thank you so much, Ronald. Thank you so much.
Thank
God
you.
bless
I
you.
very much appreciate this interview. Thank you, Luis. And it's great to chat with you. And we send our love to everybody. Please be safe out there. This virus is not going away soon, so we must be protecting ourselves. Wear masks. Be safe. Please be safe.
You too, and your family. God bless you. Thank you so
God.
much. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Pessoal, espero que tenham gostado. Mano, ainda estou. Foi uma das minhas maiores referências de sempre e estou meio sem palavras. Aqui no final já estava sem saber o que é que havia de perguntar, porque é realmente inspirador ouvir a opinião dele. E lembre-se do que ele disse sobre o som, sobre as melodias, sobre tocar bonito. procurar e acima de tudo ser humildes. Reparem que todos os grandes músicos que têm passado aqui nas entrevistas, os melhores são sempre os mais humildes. Ok? Por isso lembrem-se disso, sejam amigos, sejam unidos e deem-se todos bem. Um grande abraço, fiquem com Deus e até amanhã que temos outra grande entrevista amanhã.